Spanish-Philippine Revolution in 1898, the Americans came and promised the Filipinos to be liberated from the tyranny of the Spaniards. But American policy changed when the Treaty of Paris was signed on December 10, 1898. Americans refused to recognize the Philippine independence declared by Aguinaldo on June 12, 1898, and served colonial rule of the new republic in exchange of $20 million paid to the Spanish government.
There are a lot of American influence to the Philippines, including the field of education, health, transportation, and communication, freedom of religion, language and literature, and the most significant is the form of government. Today, let us see if those American influence are still existing in today's generation. Hi, my name is Francis Angelo Alvete.
And I am Maria Lisa Itacaldo.
And this is Yesterday's History.
Education, one of the most important things that a person must have. In these days, if you graduate college, you will have a big chance of having a good job that will be able to give you the life that you're hoping for. Before, during the Spanish colonialism, the Spaniards refused to extend education and dissemination of the new ideas that kept the people in a state of ignorance.
But Americans were different. They compelled the Filipinos to learn English language.
Free education was a lasting legacy left by the Americans and was continuously initiated by the succeeding administration and carried on up to the present.
Today, we have our Bureau of Education, the DepEd, which gave us free education through the public schools all over the country. Before, the Americans were the teachers of the Filipinos. As they left the Philippines, the Filipino becomes the teacher up to now. The Filipinos are on the top of all races that could speak in English correctly and fluently. Thank you to the Americans for initiating free education to the Filipinos before.
How about transportation and communication? Let us see. The mode of transportation was rapidly changed from the use of calesa and cart to the use of cars, trucks, railway, and water transportation. To make life easier for the Filipinos, improvements in communication came about with the introduction of telephone lines in 1905 and first operated in Manila while radio telephone service began in 1933.
We have a jeepneys, cars, taxi, MRT, and LRT in Luzon, airplane, bicycle, and the modes of transportation. And we have the cell phone, smartphone, and the most used mode of communication. Now it's easier to communicate with other people. We have the Facebook, Twitter, email, that whenever we are, we can stay connected but we can chat with our family, friends, or even a group chat, face-to-face in Skype, and call and just click. We can relay a message to them.
of democracy, the separation between the state and the church was legalized by abolishing the legalization of Roman Catholicism as the official religion of the state. Religious denomination in the country increased in numbers as an indication of the exercise of religious freedom.
During the American time here in the Philippines, Catholicism still the primary religion. But Protestantism was introduced by the Americans and increased quickly.
In our present Constitution, under Section 6 of Article 2, the separation of church and state shall be inviolable, that the two must not interfere with each other on matters within their own exclusive domain.
Choose what religion we want to be part of. We have the Islam, Roman Catholic, Iglesia Ni Cristo, Mormons, Born Again, and a lot more.
The language and literature. Of course, the American also laid an indelible imprint of its influence in the Filipino language and literature. Writers of the period produced literary pieces written in English. Poems and short stories were the areas greatly ventured.
English is also used by the Filipinos throughout the country. We have the ability to speak in English if we need it. For example, if I talk with a foreigner,
Assignment. What's assignment? Do you know what's assignment? You don't know? Oh my god! Why? Why you don't know? Oh my gosh, you cut.
Dad, she's absent yesterday.
I can apply in any job wanting a good expression.
I can do anything just for this job. Okay,
Or I just have to use it because we have comfortable to use it.
It's really great to live with freedom. To live in a democratic country, you can do what you want given that you are not violating the law and the rights of others. In short, we are free to do things while living with the laws of the state. We still have the same form of government today. We are still a democratic country. We have the freedom to vote, freedom to speech, religion, and some more.
American contribution can best highlighted in the realm of ideological foundation. The United States of America being the world renowned as a front runner of democratic governance and the exercise of suffrage and electoral activities.
I am Archie Aranzado, your interviewer for today. Let us see on what extent do the students know about American occupation. So come on! Mom, may I ask you a question? Who is better, American or the Spaniards?
In my own opinion, um, Americans are far better than Spaniards because they influenced us through education, and they have taught us a lot of things about life, um, better than the Spaniards. Yes.
Guys, do you know who is Douglas MacArthur? Yes! Did you know what is his famous aim? Yes! And what is it? I shall return! I have a question for you, boy. Is it helpful for us to speak in English? And why?
Because it helps us to understand the language of the other
Okay, thank you for that wonderful answer. May I ask you a question? What do you think is the most significant influence in Americans to the Philippines?
Thank you for that wonderful question. I think that the greatest influence of the Americans to our country is the colonization or the, what do you call that? The colonial mentality. Since in the Philippines, we admire more of the products of their country than our own products. Yeah,
Yeah, thank you for that, sir.
that's all. So thank you for the interview.
We should be thankful for Americans who supported the Filipino in self-governance in our country, for introducing education, transportation, and communication, the freedom of religion, the language and literature, and of course, democracy.
These influence are still seen in this time. And maybe it's not the same things again like before, but an idea is still there. In age of influence, because we're moving forward, we're progressing, and American that special participation of the Philippine progress. That will be all. I am Francis Angelo Alvete,
And I am Maria Lisa Itacaldo.
and this is the end of yesterday's history.
Goodbye. This is live with freedom.
Balik bibig.
Okay na. Wait, balik. And a lot more.
Mana?
Punta yung mga